Okay. Hey guys, it's Brian Figueroa at the Preschool Show Guy 2K7 here. And today I'm gonna have to do a redo. Why? Because when I went to the bathroom and paused it, the video didn't save. So that means I'm gonna redo it again. Today I'm gonna react to the Sonic the Hedgehog's. It's my most to least favorite list is all. This is for his 35th birthday and the 2027 update. Credit to Sonic the Hedgehog for this video. Now, let's begin. Okay, I know I'm late on this, but this video was released to honor his 35th anniversary, and today is July 17th. So yeah, happy late 35th anniversary. Okay, I get it. Okay, I get the rules. No opening. Okay, so agreed on all of them, but never heard some of them. But never heard some of them because I never met them. When stop. Okay, so once again, agreed on some of them, never heard of some of them, and I also haven't. And I also, I penny hit on Fortnite because I hate it. Agreed on all of them, but never heard of some of them. So I don't have anything to hate on this one here. So on to the next. So agreed on some of them, but never heard of all of these versions, especially this list. So. And also, once again, I don't have anything to hate on this one here, so on to the next one. Agreed, and plus, never heard of some of these. So, and once again, I don't have anything to hate. Just like the other two, move to the next list. Okay, so, I kinda agree with some of them, but I'm neutral to some of them. Yeah, I forgot to mention? I forgot that I was neutral to Spunky on the first list. So I'm just gonna say this right now that I'm neutral to some of the things that the user put it. Also, I don't have anything to hate, so I'm just gonna move on. Agreed on some of but opinion handled on Peppa Pig gets grounded and Cocomelon gets grounded because they ruined my childhood. And let's not forget Daniel Tiger gets grounded. Agreed on all of them. But I never heard of some of them. So, and also, there's nothing else to hate. There's nothing else to hate here, so let's move on. Agreed, plus never heard, no things that I can hate, so moving on. Agreed, but also never heard or no opinion. Yeah, before you say anything, I'm just gonna put never heard or no opinion on these lists if they have a stuff that I never heard of. board. So, and also, there's nothing else to hate, so on to the next one. Agreed, never heard, no opinion. And I don't have anything else to hate, so, move on. Agreed, never heard, no opinion. No, and no things that I can, and there are no things that I can hate. Agreed, never heard, or no opinion. Agreed on some of them, but never heard or no opinion. And I don't have anything to hate right now, so on to the next list. Agreed plus never heard or no opinion. And I don't have anything to hate right now, so next list. I never heard of these, but I do know some of them. And also, there's nothing. And I have nothing else to hate, so I'm just gonna move on. Agreed. And oh my god, this list is making me hungry because they added some fast food restaurants. So once again, agreed, never heard or no opinion. But somehow there's nothing else I can hate right now. So next list. This list is making me hungry. Agreed, never heard or no opinion. And once again, I don't have anything else to hate, so moving on. Agreed plus never heard or no opinion. And so, and I don't have anything else to hate, so moving on. Agreed plus agreed plus never heard plus no opinion. So move, and also no things that I hate or feel. So moving on. Agreed plus never heard or no opinion. And I don't have anything else to hate here. So moving on. Agreed plus never heard or no opinion. And so, but however, I don't, and once again, I don't have anything else to hate right now, so I'll just move on. Okay, I've been here on Adventure Time, Clarence, Steven Universe, there's One Piece, Victorious, Classics, Go, Tala in the, I actually never heard of Tala in the Kitchen, so I'll put no opinion. So I've been here on some of them, but I never heard of some of them. And since this is a fine spot, I don't have anything else to hate, so move on. Okay, instead of just mentioning the show, I don't want the phone to turn off again, so I'm just gonna say this. And I will have your opinion on all the stuff that you were neutral or hate. So okay, next is the royalties in the middle. So I put a handle on some of them, but I never heard of other them. And once again, there's nothing else to hate here. So move on. Okay, now we're at the neutral list. So opinion handled on some of them, and I have no opinion on the other ones. But and also, since this is a neutral spot, I don't have anything else to hate here. So moving on. Opinion handled on Robot Chicken because they made parodies on my favorite kids shows. But once again, and I put it on some of them, but I never heard of them, and so yep, there's one show that there's one show I need to handle his opinion on. It's on Robot Chicken. However, I only like the skits when they feature Mario. Oh, so, but I'm not trying to become a hypocrite here, because they claim that because imagine be like, Brian, why would you imagine you hate Robot Chicken, but yet you only like skits of. I'm not trying to become a hypocrite here. It's just that the Mario skits are kind of funny. So, once again, however, I still hate the skits. It's that contain children's shows. So, I only hate Robot Chicken, but only the skits that have children's shows in them. Anyways, back to where I was going. I've been handled on all of them. I've been handled on all of them, and I never heard of some of them. And once again, the only show I only hate in this list is Robot Chicken. I've been handled on all of them. Never heard of all of the. Never heard of some of them. And once again, I don't have a thing and there's no thing that I hate on the not bad list. So moving on. Okay, I don't know about. Okay, I know I like some of them. I never heard of some of them. I never heard of them either. And once again, I don't have anything else to hate since there's no show that I hate isn't on the I don't know about list. So, moving on. I like how you use the Among Us sound. Anyways, no opinion. Opinion handled on all of. Opinion handled on almost all the shows from the entire collection. Except for but I never heard of the other shows. But once again, I don't have any show I hate right now. Also, moving on. Don't have press play. Agree on the nut chat because it's too inappropriate. However, I'm neutral to Barbie and nowadays but opinion handled on almost all of them, but I have no opinion on some of them. And once again, the only show I hate from this list is the Nut Shack. So thank you. And you didn't even put text for a list. You just put a country dash. So I'm good with that. Okay, this stupid list. I've been handled on almost all of them, but never heard of some of them. And once again, there's no show that I hate in the stupid list. So moving on. Not good. Agreeing on Little Wrong because this show is considered racist in my opinion. But agreeing on almost all of them, but never heard of. But I don't have any things that I never heard of. But there isn't any shows that I never heard or have no opinion on. And the only show I hate from the not good list is Little Ron. So agreed. Alright, the dislike list. I can have your opinion on almost all of them, but never heard of some of them. And once again, I don't have any. There's no show that I hate. It's in the dislike list. So moving on. Bad. Opinion handled on almost all of them. And then I actually never heard or never or have no opinion on on some things. And once again, I don't. And there's no shows that I hate in the bad list. So moving on. I've been handled on all of them, like all the shows in the awful list. You only put 8 shows, which are Botch, Sheriff Callie's Wild West, Miraculous, Tales of Ladybug Cat War, Sheriff Safety Sheriff Labrador, Franklin, Ubi, Wilgo, and Little Charmers. And there's no shows that I have never heard or no opinion, and there's no shows that I hate in the awful list. So moving on. Junkie. Agreed. Never heard of. Never. Opinion handled on all 7 of them, but never heard of the first one. Never heard or have no opinion on the first one. And I don't have any show that I hate right now. Also, moving on. There's no show that I hate in the company. I do agree with the low battery one, and also the I am not a robot thing. Agree on all 3 of them because that sometimes happens. Like my phone dies when it reaches 0. When I try to verify, it just says that I'm not a robot, and there's no internet connection thing. So yeah, agree on all 3 of them. Agreed on the Roblox error message in the YouTube ads. However, I have never heard or no opinion on the. By the way, agreed on ads in reality thing, and I agree on the Nintendo Switch error. But never heard of what kind of error is this? Is this taken from a PS4? So the only things that I know about this are the Roblox error code, the YouTube ads, the ads versus reality, the Nintendo Switch error, and the PS4 error. But I actually never heard that PS3 actually had an error. So I only knew 5 of them in these. And once again, there's no show that and once again, unlike the previous list, there's no shows that I liked. So, but however, I could still handle his opinion. And there's no shows on the never opinion or never heard. And the only things that I agree was these errors. Agreed on almost all of them, but never heard of some of them. And I have no shows, and they have no shows that I hate in the horrible list. So, moving on. Agreed on some of them. Never heard of all of them, and event. And once again, there's no show that I hate in the terrible list. So moving on. Okay, the love list. So agreeing on some of them. Never heard of or no opinion on them. Okay, and I don't have any show, and the only show I hate is Pickle and Peanut, because it's too disgusting. So the only show I hate in this list is Pickle and Peanut. Never heard of these errors, but opinion handled on some of them, but never heard the other ones. And once again, I don't have any and I don't have anything else to hate right now, so moving on. Agree. No, not agreed, but opinionated on all the things from the list. Is from the agreed on all of them, especially Teletubbies, Sophia the First, Sophia First World Magic, Elena of Eleanor, Myra Roy Detective, Thomas and Friends, All Engines Go, and Muppet Babies for 2018. So opinion on all of them. Not perfection. Opinion handled on some of them, and some of them, but never heard of the Spartans or Meet the Spartans, Vampire Suck, or Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. But agreed on the Drawn Together of the movie because it's too inappropriate for me. Opinion handled on some of them, agreed on Elsa Cage, but never heard of some of them. But however, the only thing I hate is Elsa Cage because it's too traumatizing. And I have some things that I never heard of or no opinion. Never agreed on Minions Must Die. I never heard of. Okay, I agreed on getting arrested by Roblox in Roblox jailbreak, but never heard of some of them. So the only things that I hate are Minions Must Die and getting arrested in Roblox jailbreak. I remember you. And I'm not sure about Playmobil the movie. And I never heard of Shed 17, so once again, opinion handled on Barney, but never heard of Playmobil or Playmobil the movie. Being equal, well, I used to hate it, but now it was funny. So yeah. Anyways, on to the next list. Agree. I never heard of these things, but agree on Fred the Show because it's too disgusting. Crappy. I've been handled on some of them. Some of them I have no opinion or never heard of. Opinion. And there's no show that I hate in the crappy list, so moving on. Agreeing on almost all of them. Never heard of one of them. Never heard of some of them. And once again, no, they didn't have a show that I hate in all these. So moving on. Opinion handled on some of them. Never heard of or no opinion on them, and they didn't have a show that I hate in the Abomination list. Disaster. Never heard. I meant opinion handled on some of them. Never agreed on Science War cartoon, but I don't know the other users. I never heard of some of the things, including the users. And the only things I hate are biatches, dick figures, and Science War cartoon. So on to the next one. And okay, this is weird. Can you please shut up already? So, okay, how is that even a list? But paying attention on some of them, never heard of them, and so yeah, uh, and I have and there's no shows that I hate. But the only video games I hate are Cat Mario is Cat Mario. Oh wait, I actually never played the game before, so I changed my mind. I have no opinion on Cat Mario. Next list, Broken. Agreed on some of them, never heard of some of them, and I opinion on some of them. And I forgot to add SpongeBob in the cave in the list because I did see the short. Next list. Satanic. Agreed on account deleted when and Barney error. But never heard of some of them. Oh, I forgot to mention King and Secret Mount for Alzheimer's. And I'm paying how much a little bit because that's the only good show that you put on a satanic list. So, opinion handled, plus never heard, plus no opinion, plus agreed. Note, Masha and the Bear is the only one. Agreed on Adolf Hitler because he's the worst German, Austrian or German president ever. Demonic. Agreed on some of them, but never heard of some of them. So the only things I agreed are Rama and Mr. Pickles. And before I move on to the next list, I have an opinion change. I now hate biatches and dick figures because they are wildly too inappropriate. Agree on NC-17, Sepia Paul Darty cartoon. Opinion handled on Mr. Meaty. Opinion handled on Mr. Meaty, Monster Mad Squad, and Super Monsters. And I actually never heard of some of them, so yeah. So opinion handled, plus never heard of no opinion, plus agreed. Agreed. Agree on almost all of them. And I never heard of some of them. Moving on. Opinion handle on David the Dragon, and never heard of some of them, but I do agree on the room removal from Dexter's Laboratory, and I'm not sure I never watched Painting and Stalking, so I'm just gonna say I have no opinion. Agree on the color of the color though. Anyways, next list. Okay, opinion handled on THX, Viacom, and Screen Gems. But I never heard of some of them. And agree on the Xbox Ring of Death and the PlayStation 2 PlayStation 2 disc ever. Alright, next list. Garbage. Opinion on some of them, like Chinchilla, Wolfoo, Franny's Feet, Lava Loopsy, and I originally just liked Booba. But never agreed on T-Series. And I also forgot for the VR chat and Generous Window. Never heard of some of them. Darn it, did I forget Rico's Castle, Timmy and Grubhub? And I have never heard or no opinion on some of them. And and I also have another opinion change. I now hate the butter scrum because it's too disgusting. So opinion handle plus no opinion, and never heard no opinion, and agree. Never heard of these because they were just fast food restaurants. But opinion handle Hungry Jack's because Hungry Jack's is an Australian version of Burger King. Never heard of these restaurant box. And I never heard of or have no opinion lobby, so moving on. Agreed on Moon 34 in the mean one, but never heard of some video game knockoffs comparing a company to a different company. I don't know who's this user. Agreed on Brad Cartoon 2008, and I'm neutral to Boys Animate because his face is kind of okay. The only thing I don't like is Caillou gets grounded. So yeah. No opinion handled on opinion. So the only thing I can say is neutral and never heard of no opinion. Catastrophe. Opinion handled on some. Opinion handled on some of them. Never heard of some of them, and I don't have anything else to hate, so I'm just gonna move on. His honorable mentions. Agreed on Bluey. Agreed on Benjamin Scarlet. Blue. Turning Red Haters and Rants. Blues Haters and Rants. And snack commercials. And Spunky. But I never heard of some of them. So, what? Opinion handled plus hate plus never heard opinion, never heard, and agreed. Over 9,999 bad. Opinion handle on Strawberry Shortcake, Gin on the Job, and Trick 5. I've agreed on Team AMA DLSV, but I have never heard of some of them. Never heard of some of them. And so I can tell you is opinion handle plus never heard plus no opinion plus agreed. Even worse than this. Opinion handle Augie Lobs, JJ the Jet Plane, and Labu. And I'm neutral to Italian Brain Rot. Agreed on Skippity Toilet. And the Spunky Elsa Gate. So, opinion handled, plus never heard or no opinion, and plus agreed. Agreed plus never. Agreed was interesting and never heard. So, never heard, no opinion, interested, and agreed. And the interested part is the Paw Patrol movies. I didn't watch Paw Patrol I didn't watch the movies in theaters, but I actually watched the Paw Patrol the movie film, the Mighty movie on Nick Jr. and I'm so excited to watch the Dino movie. Worst shows, movies, franchises, video, places, logos, uses ever. agreed on not agree. I mean, opinion on Paw Patrol, Plain, and Paw Patrol and Plain. And never heard of some of them, but agreed on some on the child abuse and video being joke. But I still like school. But I dropped out way back in 2024, so I don't know what to say. So, like, plus never heard, plus no opinion. I mean, opinion had no plus never heard, no opinion, or agreed. Alright, what is it?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nothing worse than this. My number one worst shows ever in the entire universe, multiverse, and eternity. That one will never love these monstrosities forever again. I've been here on all four of them. And that's the end of the list. And that's the end. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. Oh, credit to Sonic the Hedgehog for making this list. And Sonic the Hedgehog, if you're watching this, I can hand you opinion on almost all of them in my entire collection. And I have some things that I never heard of or have no opinion, and agreed on some things that you hate. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the Q&A. This is Brian Pagor, the Police Cruise Guy 2K7, signing off.